You know, there's nothing wrong with being old. I'm rapidly moving toward it myself, but there's one thing that we absolutely know that old age leads to, and that is death. The average life expectancy for an American man is in the 70s. John McCain is in his 70s. And that means that it's quite likely he won't make it through his presidency, if elected, alive. It means his vice president will very likely become president. And that makes Sarah Palin extremely important to scrutinize. Disturbingly, John McCain seems to have picked Sarah Palin as his vice presidential running mate precisely because she is difficult to scrutinize. She's difficult to scrutinize because the fact is she doesn't have much of a record to take a look at. She's inexperienced. She has no national political leadership experience whatsoever. She has been the mayor of a village that had a population of between 4,000 and 6,000 people while she was mayor, or on the council of that village in Alaska. She has been the governor of Alaska for 1.5 years. Alaska is not a very populous state. Doesn't have a lot of things to manage except for oil, gas, natural resources. And Sarah Palin is right in the pocket of Alaska's big oil companies. You could call Alaska the Texas of the North, and we all know what a Texas presidency has brought us. There's also the problem of her Troopergate. Sarah Palin, as governor, has been caught abusing her power, using her influence to get a former brother-in-law fired as a state trooper, interfering with law enforcement for her own personal gain, for her own personal pleasure. Kind of like how George W. Bush has treated the Department of Justice. Do we want another person like that in the White House? Then there's her ideology. Simply put, Sarah Palin is a theocrat. She believes in theocracy. She believes in destroying the separation of church and state. She's a creationist. And she believes that public schools should teach Christian creationist religion in science classes. She also believes, because of her religion, that stem cell research should not take place. She doesn't believe in the right to die. She supports blocking access to family planning services for women. She supports a constitutional amendment to deny marriage equality for people who are already married in the United States, same-sex couples. She even opposes the right of same-sex couples to visit their spouses in the hospital and obtain health benefits. Those aren't real family values. They're the kind of values that they teach in her Assemblies of God church. And that's fine if she wants to have that on her own private time, but not in our White House. Sarah Palin is an extremist. She is inexperienced. She is unscrutinized. She has shown a lack of ethics in government. But yes, she is young and pretty, although of course she won her beauty pageant when her town, her village had a population of around 2,000 people. But sure, she's pretty and young. Is that really what we need in the vice president? Is that what we need in a president? John McCain, if he is elected, could easily drop dead next spring. Just imagine that. Imagine what would happen if John McCain and Sarah Palin get elected to the White House, and come March or April, he has a heart attack, a stroke, his cancer comes back. April or May, John McCain is dead, and Sarah Palin, who has no political experience on the national level, becomes President of the United States. That's change, all right. I don't think it's the kind of change that America needs.